Hi, I'm Susie. I was out shopping the other day and saw these beautiful plaid patterns. I thought we could try it on some nails. Let's get started. So when I was at the drugstore, I picked up these beautiful colors I thought we could play with today to make our plaid design. I do want to balance my hand though. It's going to be a bit of work going on here. So with the plaid pattern, I don't know if you can see that, but how it works is it overlaps each other. They're just basically lines, thicker, some are thinner, and they kind of overlap. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to begin with this beautiful blue color. I'm going to put 2 coats of this product. Now, Essie's an interesting company. It is a professional product, and yet you can buy it at the grocery store. I think this brush is going to really work well for this design because it's a very tiny brush. Because we're going to paint the stripes with the actual brush. But I'm going to do a little accent nail. I am shaking these because these were sitting on the shelf for a long time, I noticed. Some of them even had that kind of oily surface, you know, it's separating. So give it a good shake. If you're wondering, this color is 754. It's kind of a nice minty green color. It goes on much more solid than the blue. You could pretty much get away with 1 coat almost. And it's just the type of color that it is. See, there's a little glitch there. I am actually going to remove that. Me no like that, so I'm going to do that one again. I'm going to rub that little glitch out of there. Now the see-through is going to work for this design. See how it's a little see-throughy there? It's going to work because when you paint the little lines in sometimes, you do want it to be a little see-through, not completely opaque. Use your nails as tools. They say you're not supposed to, but I do it all the time. You don't have to let your first coat dry in between. If you're doing both hands, by the time you do the one hand and then you finish the other hand, you can go right back to the pinky on the other hand. Now I'm going to do a second coat. Oh, it's so pretty just on its own. Okay, so while this is drying, I don't usually use second skin or a simply peel that much, but I'm going to use it today. And the reason being is sometimes when I'm painting those lines, I want to get them right to the edge, and sometimes it'll hit the cuticle, and I don't really want to have to smudge it out later. It says shake well and apply a thick layer to the cuticle area or wherever you want to make it so there's no polish on there. And it's going to take a little bit of time to dry too. Okay, so I'm just going to put this around the index finger. And I do want to make it right tight to the cuticle because that's what's going to happen. But you don't want to go on the nail. And the reason why they say a thick layer is so you can grab it and peel it off. If it's not thick, it won't come off. So you do want it to be relatively thick. Okay, so I'm going to use these colors still because those are going to be part of doing the lines over top. But I know I definitely want to use white. And I was looking at this pretty color. I thought that would be really pretty. So let's use that. And I think I'm going to use... Actually, I think I'm going to use them all. I like them. So I'm going to undo them. Give them a good shake. I do find that when they sit in the stores like that, they do get kind of... They need a good shake. Shaking polish is totally fine. I've been doing it for years. Some companies might say specifically not to shake, but if you're worried about it all, shake them before you use them, like let them settle for maybe 10-15 minutes before you use them if you're concerned about bubbles or anything. But I find a really good shake. That's why they put the beads in there, right? There's those little metal beads in there. That's meant to be shaken. They They want you to mix that color around. So take a look at this brush. Get some polish off. But you see how small that is? Look at the difference in the size of the brush. That is huge when you're trying to paint on little stripes, right? So if that's a big deal to you and you don't want to, have these giant stripes, think about the size of the brush. Okay, so then we're going to paint on some little stripes here. Don't load your brush. You don't want to have a ton on there. But get it kind of that, be as even as you can and go to the very end. Try to make it a little bit thinner. It'd be kind of hard. Oh, that didn't do too bad. Let's just try to do a little bit on the pinky. So the harder you press, of course, the more your brush will fan out and make it wider. Just doing them all the yellow ones right now. Go off to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna go across it. Not too much. Depends on how picky you are. You might want to make it just right down to the edge. So I'm going to take the baby blue on the green finger and go crossways. That one's super light. Now I have noticed what you can do is where it crosses, you want to get a little picky, you can make it a little bit more dense in the color, but you do want to make it square. It's going to be hard to do when you're painting with a paintbrush. So nail polish is different than gel. You don't have as much time to play because it is trying to dry at the same time. So don't get a quick drying polish. That might just frustrate you. Okay, so now I'm going to get my plate here because I'm going to paint some smaller lines now. So I'm going to use a brush like this. See how tiny that is? So I'm going to take this really pretty blue color and I'm going to put it on the plate because I'm going to use this stripy brush and I'm going to get it on the brush, and I'm just going to make some nice skinny lines. And this is sort of defining those stripes that you've done. Because at first you're going to be like, oh, those are kind of wobbly. And they will be. You're copying a fabric, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And of course, if you're doing it by hand, it won't be. Okay. Oh, the thumb. Don't want to forget him. I need to clean that stripe brush off a bit. So you just want to get a little bit of acetone or nail polish remover and just kind of put a little pressure on it and you get the nail polish right out of there with the acetone or the nail polish remover, whatever you're using. If you give it a good clean, then it doesn't get all kind of gunked up. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So I am going to get rid of my blue for a second. I'm going to see this really bright yellow? When I bought it, I wasn't sure, like, oh, maybe it is a bit too bright. But I think it might actually work. Let's give it a try. I'm going to put it on the plate again so I can stick my brush in there, but it's kind of tall and I might knock it over. It's just easier to do it this way. When you're gathering paint on it, try to get it on the whole stripy part of it so that when you do it, you can actually use the whole brush. If you just use the tip, then it makes it a little bit harder. See what I mean? Just like lay down the whole brush. This one's a bit bulky. See if I can just thin it out. It's one thing with nail polish, you can't erase it. It's like gel, you could cure it in between and then erase a mistake. Nail polish, you can't. The only thing you can do is take it all off and start again. You just start right from your base color, right? I need some horizontal lines here. Now, as you can see, when you look at those patterns there, there's quite a few lines. And they do cross over each other. And that is the whole idea. I don't want to forget that. One again. Okay, so one thing I've noticed in Plaid too, like remember I said it overlaps, so we're going to take the yellow again and we're going to overlap a little bit. See if that looks okay. Okay, I didn't like that. So I'm not going to, I think it's because maybe it's just not see-through enough. So there is another little thing you can do, and I think I'm going to use it with the gray. Let's find, where did I put that gray? There he is. See how these patterns, it kind of has a little doop, 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 doop. See those little lines? We're going to see if we can paint some of those in there. Give it kind of a tartan, kind of a frayed look on the edge. Okay, so you're going to get a little brush like that. Get your nail polish saturated in the brush. Actually, you know what? Just put it, see it on the plate there? See it's kind of thick? I think that might be too thick of a line. So let's get that stripy one back. That's a pretty small tip. And then I'm just gonna tip it in there and then draw it up. Oh yeah, that's better. Let's use this one. And if you just go down like in one of those lines and just maybe this way. Now let's go the other way too. So let's go horizontal across the nail. But I think this is the wrong brush. I meant to do the little guy. I want to do that really tiny one. So let's get a little gray on there and go sideways, like horizontal. And a little bit on the pinky. It's cute. Okay. Oh, and a little bit on the thumb. I'm going to go this way. Okay, there you go. That's cute. And I could go crazy and add more, but I think I might just ruin it if you get too much on there. So let's see if we can pull this stuff off now. Well, that comes off pretty easy, doesn't it? So that's why they want it to be a little bit on the thicker side. So you actually have an edge that you can pick up and pull. If it's too thin, it's not going to pull very well. That's definitely like a second skin. This would be really great stuff for water marbling, as many of you know. Oh, look at that. And the only part I didn't have it on there. Got on my skin. Okay. So sometimes there is a bit of a separation between your cuticle and that stuff because you can't get it right down in there. So let's put our top coat on. Top coat makes all the difference. So even if you're not liking it, try the top coat before you trash it. Sometimes it just kind of smooths those rough edges that you didn't like. It's cute. Okay, let's check out the reviews. So that's a quick, cute design you can do with polish you can pick up just at the drugstore. And don't forget the art store and get a really tiny brush. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.